Welcome to Our Toronto. I'm Shannon Martin. A first-of-its-kind event is taking place this week. It's called Indigenous Grooves. It comes just at the start of National Indigenous History Month, and it's being organized by Fab Collab. We had a chance to meet with the co-curators for a preview.
Indigenous drip from my braids to my toes. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
All women, all Indigenous, and all electronic music.
Your J's all fresh, but my mouth's a illa.
This is Indigenous Grooves, believed to be the first of its kind, and it's all thanks to Fab Collab.
Yeah, during an Indigenous rave.
Yes, so is a first of its kind in Canada, safe to say?
To my knowledge, if there's another one, please let me know. We can co-promote, and I want to go to it. But yeah, I think it's the first one. So it's women and non-binary artists. We have singers, electronic artists, DJs, dancers, fashion designers, models, like artisans, you name it, all Indigenous. And it's at Lee's Palace, which is just, I mean, I grew up on that corner, so it's very iconic for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's kicking off Indigenous History Month as well.
So it's June 4th, right at the beginning of the month. I mean, you know, it's always Indigenous History Month, year, life.
Yeah.
But definitely this is a time to focus on it and draw attention and awareness to all the different cultures that exist here where we live, you know, and that have existed here for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And like, what do they look like today in an Indigenous, like, urban setting? You know, what is that? And come and check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tamar Ilana is all about uplifting and showcasing incredible talent. She started Fab Collab with her partner in June 2020 when the pandemic pretty much shut down all venues.
And we were like, what can we do in a different way during these times to really, you know, give a platform to the artists, not just the artists, but also like venues needed it. Of course, there's also like the funders that also like needed art, right? Everyone needs art. So we really put our heads together and we came up with this idea, Fab Collab, and we started putting together a series of shows called Women in Song. And then we brought in a bunch of women from different backgrounds, because Toronto is like the best place in the world for that. Really, I've traveled a lot and I really believe that.
Feel free to dance!
And in the process of doing that, we really realized those are the people that we need to work with and that we need to present. BIPOC women in Toronto. So Black, Indigenous, people of color, women identifying, non-binary artists. Those are the people that, you know, everybody needs it, but really, like, let's elevate and give a platform to those voices.
In the last 2 years, Fab Collab has done just that. Indigenous Grooves at Lee's Palace is just the latest, and we got a special preview.
When you sing, it is such a powerful experience in the audience. Could you just talk to us a little bit about performing and your musical journey and what it means to you?
I like to say that I've been singing since I was born. And I like to say that I was born singing. I feel like singing has just been my solace in my life. I have a very, I come from a very complicated upbringing, and you know, and it was very difficult, you know, being my mother is a survivor of residential school, and as a result of that, she lost a lot of natural parenting skills, right? So she wasn't able to raise me and my siblings, but even my siblings are really musical, all of them, rappers, singers, performers, musicians, and I feel like as a family, even when we do come together and we sing, it's healing for us. It's just a beautiful experience. And when I sing, I feel like it's my spirit singing. It's not the physical me, but the spiritual me that's out expressing itself.
Making this show even more special for Rosary, her daughter, Miranda, an up-and-coming DJ, is also performing.
To me, it just makes me proud. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like you know, like I did something good, you know, and you know, she's showing and proving herself to community. And she said something funny where she was like, well, she's like, I'm not just Rosary Spence's daughter, like I'm Miranda Spence, you know, so she's making a name for herself, which is really beautiful to witness, especially as a mother.
Dancer and artist and co-curator of the event, Cotee Harper, is also taking the stage.
You're going to see some of my beadwork and my designs are from Plains. I'm Plains Cree. And then you're also going to see like colors and just everyone's personal identity of who they are, their nations, or just in their colors in general. But definitely a lot of storytelling through our dances. So some of us dance a little bit fast, some of us do a lot of spins, some of us do representation of what the fancy shawl means, which is a butterfly dance, and showing that relationship of balancing both fast and slow.
She and Tamar are lifelong friends. Both dancers and daughters of celebrated Indigenous leaders.
And that's what we're doing, just cleaning our energy. I'm going to use the sweetgrass a little bit too.
20 years ago, their fathers worked together on this documentary, telling the story of Cotee's dad as an urban elder.
You just can't call yourself an urban elder. You have to be recognized by the people.
And it was about him and how he keeps his culture alive through his traditional ceremonies and his community ceremonies that he had for the people, not just of First Nations people, but all people. It's a fellow legacy, us collabing together and working together and continuing the same things of our fathers, but also through what we love to do, which is dance and performing.
So when people like are there that night, what are you hoping that they experience and walk away with?
I want people to walk away with like a different vision and a different understanding of what it means to be Indigenous in this city, in Toronto. You know, people have a lot of stereotypes and a lot of ways of thinking of it and a lot of pigeonholes and boxes. It's like, let's break that. No, man. You know, these are some really, really amazing artists. Like, you might hear them on the radio and you wouldn't even know they're Indigenous, and that, you know, that's awesome. But maybe you should realize that there's Indigenous cultures permeating everything that we do, and this is one of them. You know, electronic music, the drum, the heartbeat.
It is going to be a really special night and, yeah, uplifting.
Yeah. And I hope everyone walks away with a piece of jewelry, a piece of clothing, you know, some art, some merch, some CDs, something they're excited about to show and to share, something they've learned, music in their ears and in their heart, inspired to learn more.